What is up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Wolf Era, aka iManga of the iManga Club, and today we'll be covering everything that you need to know about how to prepare yourself to start writing your plot. So if you want to find out more about that, please stick around to the end. Catch you soon. Channel, you know, today is the official kickoff of the tree model plot development series week 1, which is going to be entitled self-evaluation. Those of you who are new to the channel, make sure you go check out the introduction because it's going to basically tell you everything else you'll be learning throughout the series. So definitely go check that out first. As I'm going along throughout this, I actually have a worksheet that's on my website that you might want to actually download and print out first so you can be filling it out as you watch the video. If not, that's okay. You can just take notes for now. It doesn't matter to me because this is for you guys. Use it however you want, but I just want to put it out there that that's available to you. Now moving right along, basically the self-evaluation phase is where you actually prep yourself to write your story. And I really want to make the point that a lot of people skip this stage, which is fine, but I think this is the main reason that a lot of people quit halfway through. They didn't get themselves ready. They just jumped right into it. And when you do that, either A, that passion is going to take you all the way through, or B, you're going to burn out and you're going to lose that motivation, and then you're not going to have anything to lean on. So we're really just setting the solid brick foundation. You know, we're basically digging a deep hole for you to just rest on. Okay, this is how I'm gonna structure the whole series. Like, I'm gonna split everything up into 3 or so subplots. We're talking about self-evaluating your goals and writing the story, the skills that you have, and how you compete with your competition. Let's start off with the goals portion, right? When I'm talking about goals, it's basically asking yourself all the whys and whats. Now, the first one I always like asking myself is, why are you making this? When I wanted to write my story out, I had to ask myself, what is it that keeps driving me to make this plot? Like, why is it such an important thing to me that I keep coming back to? I've tried this so many times and then I would give up, but then I would come right back to it. So I had to really ask myself, what am I doing this for? Like, is it for the fame? Is it for the money? When you answer these questions, you really start to figure out which way you need to lead yourself. Because if you're going for fame, obviously you need to start promoting yourself. You need to get on social media, connect with other people, maybe look into publishing companies, all that stuff. If you want to make money, same thing. You got to look into promotions and actually have products. Like, you want to make your characters more sellable. Harry Potter is being made, although she may have not been considering money, like, that's a very sellable character because now you have people wanting to buy wands, people wanting to buy scarves, all this stuff. So she made it very accessible to everyone who wants to, like, buy those products. If you're doing it just for the laughs, then you know you don't have to take it as seriously. You can relax. You don't have to stress yourself out over deadlines. You can just take it easy and remember at every time it's supposed to be for fun. So if it's ever not fun, you can take a break. How much investment are you going to actually put into it? Are you going to put in the time that's needed? Because you're the main leader in this. You get to decide how much time you're actually putting into it. Is it just an hour a day? Is it 30 minutes a day? Or are you doing it every other day? This is going to be decided right now. Like, put it down on paper so you can actually stick to that schedule. Same thing with the financial investment. Like, I do manga personally, but this again applies to everyone. When I'm looking into doing manga, I learned that you need markers, and when I looked into how much a Copic marker costs, that's $300, and I'm a college kid. Do I really have enough funds to be buying Copic markers right now? And I decided no, I don't. So I'm just going to stick to plain black and white for the moment, and if it becomes profitable later, I move into the Copics. You know, you have to make these choices now. Whatever your field might be, you need to decide how much money you're actually willing to put into it, and you also got to see, where do you prioritize it, you know? Like, does it come first even over personal life, or is it kicked to the side burner? And how much are you kicking? These questions have to be answered, and basically the goal is for you to decide what is your end result. When everything is said and done, what do you want to get out of your novel? Global impact? Or is it for just fun? You know, is it for the fulfillment of actually having your own book? You have to decide these things because really it's going to help you to focus on what you need to do. Moving right along, we have the skills portion of self-evaluation, where you basically ask yourself, what skills do I have right now and what skills do I need in the future? And these skills that you sort of find out about yourself is going to help you to develop your plot and make it even better. Let's look at my personal example. When I was doing mine, and was deciding this stuff on my own, I realized that I'm pretty creative. You know, I can come up with a character, you know, off the back of my hand. Like, all the time, my mind is just wandering off thinking of these dream worlds and all this stuff. I'm thinking maybe my book should be something more fantasy like, you know, so I can incorporate all these ideas into it. And I know I'm authentic, so I wanted to come across as real, because like I like being authentic, I like being trustworthy. I don't like feeling like I'm being fake to anybody. So I don't want to make a cliche story. I want everything to feel raw and intelligent, you know, that type of stuff. Also know that I'm a perfectionist. I know that even with just a video like this, I'll spend 3 hours editing a video, 5 hours, 7 hours, crazy amounts of time editing a video that no one is watching. You know, I have like 6 subscribers. Why do I do it? Because I know I'm a perfectionist. Like, I like the stuff that represent me to actually look good. So all this stuff is going to help me to write my story and decide where it needs to go. At the same time, I know I'm not very good at drawing the same character in the same way over and over again. Like, I'll draw it one time, won't ever get that again, so I know I need to work on that. To promote my book, I have to be able to sell it. You know, I have to be able to be like, oh, this is my book and this is why you should buy it, and X, Y, and Z. And I have to be able to have that connect with the fans. And I also need to learn how to manage my time. Like I mentioned it earlier, like I really need to know how to manage my time so I can get all this stuff done in a timely manner, you know? So whatever your case may be, you just really have to be honest with yourself. That's the key to this phase. Honesty. You honestly got to ask yourself, what do I have that can help me, and what do I have that can't? And you know, this would really help you to incorporate the elements into your plot. And finally, we have the competition evaluation. Let's say your favorite story ever is Harry Potter or something like that. That story is now your competition. You got to realize that that's competition now. You know, you're competing against these people. Like, they made their mark in the same market that you're trying to get your stuff put in. So they're competition. So you really got to take a step back and ask yourself, well, how did that happen? You know, because you want to repeat that success as best as you can. Like, you don't want to copy them. Every situation is, of course, personal, but at the same time, you can take a little bit of a note from what they did. You learn from their mistakes so you can try to avoid it. Hear them out, watch interviews. So in my personal example, some of my favorite things that I grew up with was the Goosebumps series. Like, I had all of them. I bought the 24 pack. Bought another pack after that. Like, I kept reading Goosebumps. Now that I'm grown up, I realized, like, man, why did I like Goosebumps so much? You know, why is it that this book was like everywhere? Like, it was in the libraries, it was in class. I saw them everywhere and they caught my attention. So why? So I watched a bunch of R.L. Stine interviews. I watched a bunch of interviews from David Jaffe, who was the creator of Twisted Metal, which I also grew up with. Like, that was one of my funnest games to play. Also, I watched a lot of interviews with Oda, just because One Piece is still going on. It's been going on for 15 years, so I really want to know, where did he come from? You know, how did he get the idea to do what he did? How did he keep the motivation? His schedule was crazy, so you're basically learning from the people who came before you, and this is vital. And this is the self-evaluation phase. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really just want to put out there that you should be spending at least 2 to 3 days on this phase, just because it is so vital. You don't have to spend a long amount of time. I'm not going to overstretch you in doing this, but I do recommend at least 2 to 3 so you can really just get yourself in the right mindset to be like, I'm ready to make this. But that's all I have, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, share it, get it out there. For now, everything's free, and you guys are going to help me to keep it that way. If you look to the right, I believe, maybe it's to your left, I don't really know, but you'll see a giant list of everything else that's in this series. The videos might not be up yet, but hopefully if you're watching this in the future, they will be, so you can click on all the links, surf this whole model, and decide if you want to continue with it. Rather than that, guys, just make sure you hit that subscribe button and be here again. 12 o'clock, I post videos 12 o'clock every Saturday. 12 o'clock, just be here, hit that subscribe button. But until then, guys, I'm out. Definitely be on the lookout for the actions phase next week, and I'll see you then.